Ladies and gentlemen, it's the finals of the Lyca Super T20. This is the inaugural edition of this particular tournament where the Victoria Pulse players, the player in the senior women's team of Uganda for the women, we are distributed into 4 teams alongside other players coming from the different regions of the country, including the Northern Cricket Hub, the Western Cricket Hub, Eastenders from Jinja, Sorot Cricket Academy, the Central Hub, and the Mukono Cricket Community. These players distributed into these teams, and for the last 7 days, the teams have been facing off at this very ground. 4 teams: Karuma Rapids, Bujagai Rafters, Itanda Kayakas, and Speed Trekkers, featuring in this edition. These teams all get their names from the different waterfalls that we have here in Uganda. The team that topped the table after the double round robin made it to the final direct, and that's the Bujagai Rafters. Whereas the CP Trekkers went through an eliminator where they managed to beat the Itanda Kayakers in the morning by 15 runs to make it to this stage. The umpires for this game, the final, which is happening between the CP Trekkers and the Bujagai Rafters, are the female umpire Sharon Athoula alongside Simon Chintu. Bujagai Rafters captain Esther Ilok won in the toss and opted to bat first. Well, my name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi here in the commentary box, and I'm not alone. I'll be joined in by Jeff Mwesukwa Kasozi, but to start off things, I have Lennon Kangume here with me. Lennon, good afternoon and welcome back from the lunch break.
Good afternoon, Ivan. Thank you all our viewers who've been with us since morning. Of course, we started with proceedings of the eliminator. Now we are at the final between the Bujagali Rafters, the CP Trekkers. Really good game upon us earlier on. The toss, as you said, the Rafters decided to bat first. Of course, you expect some worry because of that morning game in the fielding team, the CP Trekkers, but I think it's a final. We should expect a good game.
Kolme Fiona there to open the bowling, and first delivery starts with the half tracker, tries to cut it away. Esther Ilok, the captain for the Bujagai Rafters, but doesn't quite get it onto the bat. And that will be a dot ball there to start off things here for the CP Trekkers. Another half tracker, this time cut very well there by Esther Ilok. Will go through the cover area, and Esther Ilok gets her team going there with a boundary.
For Bujagali Rafters, of course, the Bujagali team will be banking on her with all their money to lead the team, get a great score, probably give them a good power play for the start of this proceeding.
Yeah, what a way to get off the mark there from Esther Ilok. Pumping that one hard through the cover area and picking up the first boundary of the game. Another half tracker there, soft touch. Backward of the square there, but finds the hands of Leila Nalukenge. Leila Nalukenge chips in a good throw, but the Rafters managed to pick up a single. Of course, Esther Ilok came into this game with 201 runs from 6 innings at a very healthy strike rate of 129.75. Good stats there for her. Fiona Kulume still asking the questions. And now it will be Judith Nakasaga to take a guard there for the Rafters. Judith plays one up in there. Shouts of how is it? And that's the first wicket there for the CP Trekkers. The left-handed batter there from St. John Secondary School, Judith Nakasaga, didn't quite get that wall to her bat. And is a cut to the hands of Dimia Mohammed, the wicket keeper. And the first wicket for the CP Trekkers.
There, Judith Nakasaga, not playing with real aggression. Ball hits the thigh pad, gets back onto the back end of the bat, then runs down to the wicket keeper. Very unfortunate dismiss so for her, but you have to take the walk.
And after taking that long walk, Judith Nakasaga, we will see the arrival of Immaculate Nakisui. Immaculate Nakisui comes into this game with the highest score of 56 runs. She currently has 205 runs from as many as 6 innings. Will return somebody who is not in the finals. The captain for Itanda Kayakas is the leading run scorer in this tournament. 237 runs from 7 innings. Immaculate needs to bat well if she is supposed to claim that spot and maybe complete as the leading run scorer. But now she comes in when her team didn't quite get the very best of starts. And now there comes Kulume with a half tracker, cleared away, backward of the square there. Beautiful looking shot there from Immaculate Nakisui. And that will race away for 4 runs. What a way to get off the mark.
Yeah, beautiful shot there by Immaculate Nakisui. There, Fiona bowling it into the slot. Immaculate picking that length quickly and pouncing on it. Just paddling it over the boundary. 4 is 9 for the loss of 1 wicket, just 4 deliveries.
What a way to get off the mark there indeed by Immaculate. A bit of a half tracker driven straight to the cover fielder. Susan Kakai didn't make part of the team that played in the eliminator game, but fumbles that one. And Immaculate Nakisui manages to pick up that single.
That's the end of the first over. The score is 10-1.
Quickly means that if the Wajagai Rafters keep picking up 10 runs in every over, they will end up with 200 runs. But that's just a mathematical projection. Tahia Nasuna bowled 3 back-to-back maidens in the morning. Will now get the ball there for the CP Trekkers from the shell end. Indeed, off a very good performance. Her captain will be banking at her bowling well. Starts with the half tracker, but that is an extra right away. We saw CP Trekkers not being very generous in the first match. Gave away only 3 extras, but not the very best of stats that they would wish to have there from Tahia Nasuna. That goes away for a wide. Yeah, good shot. Just plays that one through the cover area. And manages to pick up that boundary. 2 boundaries already in the innings there for Immaculate Nakisui. Making sure that she gets her team off a solid start. The Bujagali Rafters unbeaten thus far. They won 6 out of their 6 games that they played in the groups, including a double-header win against the CP Trekkers. This time round, a bit of an edge. The fielder hanging at the ground at the 30 yards there. Stefan Nampina will give them a chance to pick up that single.
The fielder need to be on your toes. Especially if you are too close to the ball, you need to get there, cut off those singles. They could accumulate and could be very detrimental.
Another half tracker there. Esther Elo tries to go for a cut, but doesn't quite get contact. And Nasuna Tahia manages to pick up that dot ball there for the CP Trackers. Janet Mbabazi, the captain for the outfield, fielding right close to Tahia Nasuna so that she could keep chipping in some encouraging words to her. A bit full there, driven down the ground. Brilliant work there by Lakisa Joyce Okema to stop that one from racing out to the boundary. She just saves her side from conceding that boundary and actually doesn't let them to pick up any run. I beg your pardon, they've taken a single there, but good work there from Lakisa. A bit uncomfortable there as she keeps holding the knee, but importantly, she saved her team, body and soul, as we could call it, Lennon. Another wide down the leg there from Tahia Nasuna. Tahia Nasuna struggling in this game. Tell you, she just needs to be bowling stump to stump.
Just probably Immaculate has shaken her confidence in that line and length. Those couple of boundaries which were full deliveries. Of course, she has to get it right. Because she wouldn't want to bowl a short ball after Fiona was earlier on picked up for a boundary in the first over. Guided beautifully, and they'll take a quick single. Good running between the wickets. Just putting pressure back on the fielders. It's the final of the Lyca T20, Super T20, the inaugural tournament of its own kind.
Very, very short and driven down the ground. Good work there from Fiona Kulume, but well backed up by Lakisa Joyce, and they will only take a single. Well, that single will mark the end of the over. 20 for 1 after 2 overs is now the score. The Bujaga Rafters have made sure that they score 10 every over, and if they could keep knocking like this, they might end up with 200 runs. But what a final that we have on the cards, Lennon.
It's a very, very good final. Well set up in the first 2 overs. Earlier on, a wicket was picked for Nakasaga Judith without scoring. That keep that core edge behind to the keeper, Jimia Abdallah.
Egalu, Kulume, Fiona, they are back in the attack for the CP Trackers. Well, that just gets to the edge of the bat and runs down to the third man boundary. Esther Ilok makes sure that she keeps rotating the strike around. This is the final of the inaugural edition of the Lyca Super T20. Cuts it straight to Stefan Nampina. No run is taken. This is turning out to be a very good over. Back dates there from Fiona Egaru Kulume, as she's trying to make sure that she keeps the CP Trackers here in things. Tries to go for a sweep shot, but doesn't quite get contact. That was the pads, but the umpire says there was some bit of a bat onto it. Good work there being done by Immaculate Nakisui and Esther Ilok, trying to make sure that the two players, both who play for the Victoria Pearls, get their team off a very, very solid total, because They are unbeaten thus far in the tournament. They need to just win this game to make sure that they win the edition unbeaten. Chance for a catch. Catch is taken there by Leila Nalukenge and Esther Elok. The dangerous captain will have to depart. Good work there done by Fiona Kulume. Bowling it outside off stump, forcing Kulume into playing a false shot. And now that will lead to her demise.
Very, very important wicket, probably to break this partnership which was building up rapidly. Esther Iloko disappointed. Her bat getting the ball getting the toe end of her bat. Ball being foolish and wide, just flying away to the backward point fielder. Brilliant catch from the youngster. And it's 22 for the loss of 2 wickets. And indeed, Ivan, this is a good over for the CP Trekkers thus far. And we hope this momentum continues as the semi-final is really getting interesting.
Marisa Ariokot is the new batter in for the Bujagai Rafters. Marisa Ariokot, a teammate to Esther Ilok. Both these two playing for the Olida Cricket Club, a team that won the UCA Women's T20 League just a few months ago after beating up on Soroti City Cricket Club. Fiona Kulume Egaru is the captain for that outfit. Driven down the ground, but straight to the fielder, Stefan Nampina, good work, and no run is taken.
It will be the end of the third over. The score is 22 for the loss of 2 wickets. Definitely now the Bujagai Rafters are in a bit of a some runs on board, but they have lost 2 important wickets. An opener, both openers gone back to their heart as Nasuna Tahia comes back for her second over. She conceded 10 in the first. As Immaculate Nachisui is on strike.
Tahia Nasuna there returns. A bit loose. A bit loose there, they are coming in from Tahia Nasuna, but just driven straight to the fielder. I tell you, this is one of the things that you would love to see in a team. Janet Mbabazi knows that despite Tahia not bowling well in the first over, she is really a go-to bowler for her. Now, she trusts her with that ball. And Tahia Nasuna now trying to make sure that she bowls quite well. A bit full, driven down the ground, straight to the fielder, back to Bakadots. This is the plan there from Janet Mbabazi. Keep Nasuna in the attack. And Nasuna should also keep on the plan, try and make sure that the Rafters don't get so many runs. Anything below 100 should be chaseable by a team that scored 124 in the morning game, the eliminator. Shorty ball, short and wide. Short and wide. Tahia Nasuna needs to correct her lines. We need to bowl it a bit full and close to the stumps. Another extra there. We saw her 2 extras, her 2 weights in the previous over going down in the leg. But this time around, she's trying to make sure that she bowls outside off stump. Unfortunately, that run is away for another extra. That is the ball. That is the ball there from Tahia.
Understandably, seen quite her bowling since morning. Beautifully, most of her deliveries in her speller always in the slot means full toss deliveries. But if she bowls it short, it's likely to go wide. Probably she needs to learn more of that control about the delivery, probably to get it right, probably hitting those good length spots. But so far so good for the CP Trekkers.
Soft touch down to the gully area there. They'll eventually take that single, but very, very fruitful there for the CP Trackers. Every time you don't give away boundaries, you keep yourself in the game. They already conceded 20 in the first 2 overs, but Esther Ilok returning, sorry, Fiona Kurume returning and picking up the wicket of Esther Ilok. And Tahia Nasuna chipping in an economical over have been the changing points in this game. Projected score 130. They need to try and make sure that they bowl well, pick up another wicket here or two, and get yourself in the game. Not a lot of batting is remaining on the batting lineup there for the Bujagai Rafters. Consulate Oyokoni Mungu could be the only batter who might stand exceptional amongst all the other batters who are yet to come. So if the CP Trackers get a plan of breaking this partnership, they give themselves a chance of winning this inaugural edition of the Lyca Super T20. But that dot ball will mark at the end of over number 4, and 24 for 2 is now the score. Just 2 runs coming off the previous 2 overs. Very, very fruitful there for the CP Trackers.
Momentum has shifted there from earlier on conceding 20 runs in the first 2, only conceding 2 in the last 2 overs. Very brilliant leadership and captaining skills from Janet Mbabazi. Definitely this is the partnership to break, but Fiona continues with her spell, and it's chipped in the air, and it's a brilliant catch by Susan Kakai there in the mid-wicket. Probably she has injured herself, but that will bring daylight to the team as the important wicket of Immaculate Nachisui.
Immaculate Nakisui will depart. I tell you, look to be beaten by the pace. Went early for that shot, but just chipped it up in there, and Susan Kakai running in from the mid-wicket area completes that beautiful catch. And I tell you, it will be now struggles for the Bujagali Rafters. Bujagali Rafters, a team that is coached by Shakira Sadiq. Shakira Sadiq recently got her level 2 umpiring certificate from Namibia. She's been organizing her troops well and winning up to this far. But I tell you, they are now down to a rocky start. It will be one batter. It will be two all-rounders at the crease. Consulate Oyokoni Mungu making her way to join Marisa at your court.
Yeah, definitely. This is a big blow for the Jagali Rafters. Not yet the half of even the power play. They were looking very shaky from after that second over. I tell you, this is very, very turning for them into the wrong sorts of direction. But beautiful catch there from Susan Kakai.
Yeah, Susan Kakai, who didn't play the morning game, has now already put a difference. That's driven down the ground, straight to covers, run out chance. But in the end, it will turn out to be a dot ball. Good fielding there from Teddy Oyela as he manages to send Consulate Oyokoni Mungu back to her crease.
Janet Mbabazi's troops keeping it tight in all sorts of direction. The bowling has been tight, even the fielding there. But I guess there was a little bit of hesitation from Immaculate Nachisui. She was in 2 thoughts, either to go for the ball or just let it go. Just block it there. But I think the bat got stuck in the between its retrieval. So the ball could just only go up.
This time driven down the ground there by Consulate Oyokoni Mungu, but straight to the fielder. Janet Mbabas is still keeping it nice and tight. The CP Trackers made just one change in the team that won the previous game, sitting out Chatereke Nugrin and bringing in Kakai That's down the leg there from Fiona Kulume, and will be an extra. We didn't see them giving out many in the morning game. They gave away just 3 extras, but they are turning out to be a bit generous in this game. They've already given away 5. So there is something that Janet needs to address quickly, is the way extras are flowing in. Now she manages to organize a line. Fiona Kulume, and she manages to pick up a dot ball. CP Trekkers back in it. Another dot ball there. And that dot ball will mark at the end of the over. A very nice tidy over there from Fiona Kulume Egaru. She's conceded just 1 run from that over. That will mean that the CP Trekkers have conceded only 5 runs in the previous 3 overs. But importantly, Kulume has gotten rid of the dangerous Immaculate Nakisui. And now Tahia Nasuna will bowl the last over to complete the power play of this game.
Janet Mbaba is just keeping all the positive things happening on the wicket. Not trying to change many things, but working with what's working. And it's really paid dividends.
Now Tahia Nasuna here comes in. Tries to go for a cut shot there, but doesn't get any contact. But the umpire will confirm that that is a wide. I'll tell you something, Lennon, I could never blame a bowler for bowling a wide outside off stump. It means they're trying to do what is right, and maybe just didn't get it right. Because I tell you, if she gets it a bit closer to Marisa Ariokot, that will be one of the good bowling areas there. But this is the final of the Lyca Super T20 happening here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. And if you've just joined in, the batting team, the Jagai Rafters, won the toss and opted to bat first. But things don't look to be moving their way. Well, that is driven, run out chance, goes for a direct hit. But that girl there, Naula Hasfa, doesn't quite get it to the stumps.
Enter to Bluetooth. Enter aux in playing. Enter to Bluetooth. Enter to Bluetooth. Enter to Bluetooth. Enter aux in playing.
Amusoka muchekingemo mic katino.
5 more deliveries left in the first innings of the final. Garu Kulume to Mukite Kevin. Kite Kevin, sister to 2 players in the cricket fraternity. One of the sisters in the opposing team fielding there at the point region is Susan Kakai, and the other sister was the captain of the Itanda Kayakers, Rita Musamali. Very, very good bowling there from Kulume. Just keeping it outside the off. Tight lines there for the inexperienced batters. Another dot ball there from Kulume. What I've been impressed by was bowler rotation by the skipper, Janet Mbabazi, giving the youngsters an opportunity to express themselves, and express themselves they did. Only one senior bowler has been called upon in this contest, and that's Fiona Kulume, who has picked up another wicket there. 4 wickets to her name in this game.
Brilliant bowling by Fiona Kulume, leading from the front, bringing up experience to the team. Really bowled beautifully. Currently picked up 4th wicket, just conceding only 13 runs, bowling the end of her spell and the end of the first innings. Really, she has tidied up the work for her team.
2 more deliveries left, and Fiona has a chance to pick up a fifer. Would be the second fifer of the tournament. Very, very good bowling figures there in the final. CP Trekkers finally engaging gear number 1 in the final phases of the tournament, picking up their first win over the weekend, making it to the eliminator, where they were able to set 123 and defended it comfortably. Now on course to get another win. Chance for a catch there, bowler unable to pick that one up. And with that will come an end to the first inning. 66 for 8 is the total the Jagali Rafters have managed.
The CP Trekkers have restricted the Bujagali Rafters 66 for 7. A meager performance by the Bujagali Rafters after their exhibition in the first 6 matches, which they won against all teams. This has been the team total has been a down for the team, but below is a summary for the first innings. Immaculate Nachisui has top scored for the team with 12 runs off 12 balls with only 2 deliveries, followed by Mukite Asha, 9 of 19, and Mario Kot Marisa first getting 8 over 25 deliveries. The work has been done by Fiona Kulume Egaru, who has picked up 4 wickets in her 4 allotted overs, conceding only 13 runs. The other bowlers have each bowled 4 overs. Nasuna Tahia conceding 15, no wicket. Naula Hasfa conceding 12. Then Teddy Oyela has picked up 2, conceding 16, and Namagoba Sheila, the most economical of all bowlers, has bowled 4, conceded only 9 runs. That's the end of the first innings. We shall be back for the second innings in a few.
Welcome back. This is the final of the Lyca Super T20. The final is a clash between the Bujagali Rafters and the CP Trekkers. Bujagali Rafters having won the toss and elected to bat, managing 66 runs for 8 wickets in 20 overs. All the work to do for them. CP Trekkers, some would feel luck on their side there. The solitary win in the group stages, motoring on into the final and bossing proceedings there in the first innings. But to open the innings is the skipper, Janet Mbabazi. Scored a 50 there in the eliminator, saw her team score a big total 123 there. And now she's on course for another chase, 67 they need to pick up a victory and take the trophy home. It would be a good sight. Janet Mbabazi there opening the innings with Narukenge Leila, student from Jinja Senior Secondary School, opening the bowling for Bujagali Rafters is Marisa Ariokot, Victoria Power Star. A full delivery there to start just outside the off stump. CP Trekkers should be cautious in this case. Bujagali having a couple of top 2 bowlers there in the tournament in Immaculate Nakisui and Bilibawa Mariam from Bujagali Rafters with 10 wickets apiece. Solid block there from Janet Mbabazi. A very simple chase there on paper. Required run rate lingering around 3 runs and over. We'll see them notch up a victory. So try to keep it simple as much as possible.
Beautiful shot there, stopped by the fielder. Janet Mbabazi tried a couple of strong hits there, but they are finding fielders there out inside the circle. Bujagali Rafters, we know that they didn't outdo themselves after setting a meager score of 67. It will be a simple chase like Jeff said on paper, but it all happens down on the wicket.
Another full delivery there. A booming drive from Janet Mbabazi. Misses everything. Mbabazi should try to stay as calm as possible. Don't get anxious. Don't try to knock these ones off quickly. Otherwise, you may falter. Leave your team in a big ditch. Very, very good fielding there from the fielders. Backing the bowler. Set a small target. Put everything out there. Leave everything out there in the field. No regrets after.
Tucked away for a single. And that will be the end of the over. Score is 1 for the loss of no wicket. I tell you that the final has been, the first innings have been so a low score. But brilliant bowling, nothing to take away from the CP Trekkers. They have really done their part. Now it's upon them to win this game for themselves. Janet Mbabazi leading from the front right from the first game.
Then on what really giving the youngsters an opportunity in a final, and they did not let her down. Going for 15 runs in 4 far. And into the attack from the shell end is Ponsi Aweko. Janet Mbabazi immediately tapping that one away to the long on region to notch up a single. Just keep the board ticking, rotate strike, or put the fielders on pressure. This is a small total. Play simple cricket. Everything will work in your favor.
Definitely, without a doubt, the Vujagali Rafters need wickets, nothing less. For such a total, you don't expect for the CP Trekkers to just be there and just play it out for all the 20 overs. You expect them to get the score below 15 overs. So the CP Trekkers will be wary of that wicket. They need to keep their wickets because the Vujagali Rafters will be attacking our stumps definitely. Another single beautifully played to the long on region. Janet Mbaba is just trying to get into her groove.
Very, very good strike rotation there. Very impressed by what I'm seeing from the youngster Narukenge. Lay that good shaping there. Facing off with Ponsi Aweko, who take her for the Victoria Powers in T20 eyes. Almost pushes that one back to the bowler. Getting a few words of encouragement from the skipper, asking her to play with soft hands. That one was a third shot. Misses everything. And that completes the second over. Score is 4 for no loss after 2 overs. Another 63 runs required in 18 overs. At this stage, CP Trekkers will know that Ponsi is the bowler to watch out for. If they're able to play off her overs unscuffed, then they will be on course for victory. But like I said, top 2 bowlers from the side, Ilivawa Mariam and Immaculate Nakisi, topping the bowling charts there with 10 wickets apiece. Just the economy separating them. Very, very good showing in the tournament thus far. They've both proceedings, both with the bat and ball. Nakisui, the MVP, in my opinion, the only batter to breach the 200-run mark, and already 10 wickets. Very, very good show there of experience from Nachisui Immaculate. Marisa continuing from fielder there, anxious to collect and misses. They're able to complete a single. Janet there playing with a lot of responsibility. Knows if they keep on rotating the strike, runs will come. Don't just go for aggression. Controlled aggression it is.
In the air, chance of a catch, falls behind that fielder. They miss out on an opportunity, the Rafters, to take the first wicket. That ball was full. The batsman just pushed the ball. The batter just pushed the ball. Couldn't get a hold of it, and the ball just rose up in the air. Fortunately, the fielders couldn't collect it. Good pace from Ariokot. Just mixing it up for the batters. Jaren Babas, he still has the intent right from ball one, striking the ball with
inside edge there. 2 is the call from the skipper, Janet Mbabazi, and they're able to complete the double. Very, very fortunate there. Another day that could have gone on to hit the stumps. That one.
Tries to cut away that one. That one runs down to the wicket keeper. Good pace from Marisa Ariokot from in her spell. Nearly got Janet on the second ball of the innings. Down the track, misses out on that one. Janet Mbabazi, understandably, wants to put the pressure onto the batter. But that's the end of the third over. The score is 8 for no loss. The CP Trekkers are moving slowly but surely towards the target. It won't be a lot of hard work if they just try to keep their wickets. They should get this done and dusted in a few overs to come.
Change of bowling from the shell end. Immaculate Nachisui coming in. Imi not scared of trying to buy wickets, like we normally say in local cricket. Tosses it up, gives it a lot of air, and many youngsters have fallen for the trick. But Kenge will be equal to the task. A solid block there almost pushes it back to the bowler. Kenge should be careful, try to play with soft hands.
Take a quick single. That was was so risky for Janet Mbabazi on her end. That ball got perfectly into the fielder's arms. Probably what is required is a little bit of strength in the throw to the wicket keeper. Janet survives to live another day, but good running between the wickets, putting the pressure onto the fielder.
I think Lennon at this stage, Janet is trying to take as much strike as possible, trying to carry the responsibility. Very, very good bowling there from Immaculate Nachisui. Very good line patches for her. And that knocks the bells off the stumps. Janet Mbabazi has to depart for 6 of 14.
Immaculate Nachisui gets the first breakthrough of the second innings. A very, very important wicket. Of course, that wicket equally makes it a 50-50, though Janet is a big, big batter for CP Trekkers. Earlier in the morning, he scored a brilliant 50 for her team to get into the final right now. But I think, as I said earlier, they just need to keep their wickets in order to win this game.
Jamia Muhammad, the new batter, in immediately trying to get going. Jamia has been impressive thus far in the tournament. A lot of intent. As you can see there, it's not bogged down trying to score as many runs as possible. Very, very good bowling there from Immaculate Nachisui, just conceding a solitary run off the over, picking up a wicket. That's dabbed down. They complete a single to end the fourth over with a score at 10 for 1. Another 57 runs required in 16 overs. On paper, it's an easy chase. The execution will be very hard. These small targets can tend to play mind games with teams, torn between chasing in quick time and playing it longer. Let's see what the CP Trackers have in bag for us.
Immaculate Nachisui is just playing around with her experienced bowlers on the team. Change of sides for Konsi Aweko coming right from the Ginger Road end. Earlier on bowled the second over from the Shell end and will come to replace Mario Ariokot Marisa.
This Bujagali Rafter side, coached by Coach Shakira Sadiq, was just completed her level 2 certificate in Namibia. Has been very tidy thus far in the tournament. Let's see if they're able to defend this small target. Drop and run from Jamia Muhammad. Very, very good thinking there. Jamia at this stage should take the responsibility. Don't put Nalukenge on pressure. Keep looking for the runs. And she'll get you on strike.
Right now, you would feel the momentum is slowly shifting back to the Bujagali Rafters. The CP Trackers probably need to hit some boundaries to get off that pressure on them. Otherwise, if they keep conceding those dot balls, will reach a time when they really need more runs.
Konsi Aweko there trying to ball it fuller, asking the youngster to drive. That catches the outside edge. Collected by the fielder in the gully region. Back of a length, cut away, quick single. Very good running there from Jamia Muhammad. Well complimented by Nalukenge. Not letting the experienced Konsi toy with their brains. A very, very good batting. I'm telling you, if they're able to survive Konsi and Imi, surely the team will be on course to pick up their first trophy in the Lyca Super T20. Five overs gone, and the score is 14 for the loss of 1 wicket. Bujagali Rafters, having won the toss and elected to bat, set a paltry total of 66. CP Trackers there, very, very good bowling from Fiona Kurume, picking up 4 wickets. Now chasing 67 to pick up the win.
Peace now conceding the third run in her spell, bowling her second over. Jimmy Abdallah should take on responsibility as she has the experience. She's the batter with experience on the wicket. Catch it, yes, gone. Hey, bounce ball. Sorry, it was a bounce ball, a bump ball. Thought it was a catch to the bowler.
Nisima Peace there being generous, offering a wide. Jimia Muhammad has to motor on. Treads down the wicket, unable to make full contact. That's edge to the backward point area where the fielder is able to collect. They complete a single, and that brings Nalukenge to strike. Nalukenge being a slow thus far in the proceedings. 10 runs off 27 balls. She has to get moving, find her groove, otherwise she might let her team down. After doing beautifully to survive the bowling of Konsi and Imi, another solid block there. Then on what I've noticed, not just Nalukenge, but all girls from Jinja guilty of blocking many deliveries. I don't know what they are being taught back at school. Full deliveries are being blocked. Nalukenge heading to the cause of the commentators. Walks down the wicket, hits hard. The fielder down there at the deep square leg, able to stop that one. It was a beautiful shot from Nalukenge. Getting out of her comfort zone, walked down the wicket, hit that one hard. Unable to pick up a boundary. A very, very good fielding there, saving her team from conceding a boundary. Marisa Ariokot. Another wide delivery there from Nisima Peace. More runs on offer for CP Trekkers. At this stage now they're edging towards the 30-run mark. Ideally, if you're going slowly at the proceedings, be halfway the target by the 10th over, and that's what these two are looking at achieving. Another wide there. Nisima Peace feeling the pressure. Keep it simple.
Jimia looking to take it downtown, but misses out. And that will be the end of the 10th over. Score is 30 for 1. One would think that this chase would have been as simple as that. But it seems we are here for all the way for our 20 overs.
.37 runs required by CP Trekkers to become the champions of the inaugural tournament. Lyca Super T20 program under the High Performance and Pathways of Uganda Cricket. One of the measures that have been taken after that poor show in Namibia to ensure that there is enough talent to select from, ensure that the youngsters also are given a chance to play top quality players in the country. Senior time to play top quality players from within the region. 11th over will be bowled by Marisa Ariokot from the Ginger Road end. Skipper now trying to pick up a wicket. But Lennon, as a captain, my tactic would be to keep on the spinners because these two batters have been so slow at proceedings. And a follow wicket might bring the explosion. Stephanie Nampina, Susan Kakai, or Fiona Kurume. So I'd be comfortable with these two at the crease. Just keep tossing it to them. They are blocking comfortably. Marisa there with an effort ball, very, very good pace. Narukenge unequal to the task.
Definitely, Jeff, as you've said, you keep on the spin. You make sure the overs run through quick and fast. Definitely, I'll say that the Bujagai Rafters, they've been bowled beautifully after those 10 overs. Beautiful shot there to split the two fielders, and we run out to the boundary. Welcome boundary there for the CP Trackers.
A very, very poor shot there from the fielder at long on. Trying to bend head back to pick that one up. Apply some basics and use the long barrier. That would have been one run, but that races away to the boundary. A very, very beautiful shot there played by Narukenge, taking the total to 34 runs. Now they require another 33 to win this one. Another effort ball there from Marisa Riokot. Narukenge there comfortable with the defensive shot. Then on earlier on, I told you I've noticed most of the batters from Ginger Aces play a lot of defensive shots in T20, to my surprise. What could be wrong? What could be going wrong there back at school?
Definitely, it's not something wrong to play a block as a T20 shot, but I think these are their learning experiences. They need to understand that this is a limited overs game they play. They have a limited number of balls. They need to strategize on how they get their runs. They need to identify their scoring areas as batters. You can't just come and block balls. In T20 or limited overs, you should be averaging above 50 anywhere. Below 50 means you're wasting balls for that team.
I think you meant striking at 50. Chance for run out, the ball are not there at the stumps. But very, very good running there. Narukenge pick on her feet. I'm very, very impressed by the running between the wickets. Not impressed by the That brings an end to over number 11. 37 for 1 is the score for CP Trackers. Another 30 runs required in 9 overs. I think these two should get going at this stage. You don't want to leave just 2 overs for the remaining. You can see the ball clear enough. Try to get going.
Run out chance there. Wicket keeper doesn't put that onto the stumps, but that was a brilliant throw there from that field at the point region. I don't know why the wicket keeper is blaming the fielder. Could have just put that ball onto the stumps. Signs of frustrations for the Rafters. An extra run there from the bowler.
Divawa Mariam there, the bowler coming from the shell end. 10 wickets, that's fine in the tournament. Trying to pick up another wicket. Jimmy are trying to catch that one. The fielder at backward point there doing a brilliant job. Haven't seen many pass by her. A very, very good fielding being trusted by her captain to patrol that backward point area, which is a high traffic area in cricket. Another delivery there, chance for a run out,
But good diving effort from Nalukenge. Might have injured herself there, but trying to put her body on the line for the team. "40 runs at this stage, another 27 required in 8.3 overs. CP Trekkers are very comfortable. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for tuning in. Follow proceedings here in the final of the Lyca Super T20. It's a tournament organized under the High Performance and Pathway System of Cricket Uganda, sponsored by Lyca Mobile. I'd like to thank the schools and coaches in the development system for bringing up such talented girls, ensure that the future of Uganda cricket is safe. Nalukenge Leila will have to depart. She retires hurt. And that brings Stephanie Nampina to the crease. Stephanie Nampina, also known as the Dawn, should look at upping the tempo, knock these 27 runs off quickly. Stephanie with very good scoring options there down the leg. Seen a couple of bowlers straying down the line, and her strength being down that side, should look at capitalizing, notching up a few boundaries, and ensure that her team picks up a win.
Stephanie should just get this done and dusted. The wait has been too long. Brilliant knock of 27 of 21 deliveries really in the morning. No run.
Tossed up delivery there, and Stephanie drives it to the mid-off region, getting off the mark. Just a single delivery left in this over, with the score standing at 41. 26 deliveries, 26 runs are required in 8.1 overs. So the CP Trekkers, Jimia Muhammad still there. Another tossed-up delivery. Jimia walks down the wicket, lofts that over the cover region, picks up another single, and that completes over number 12. Score is 42 for 1. 25 runs are required to win for the CP Trekkers.
CP Trekkers have got 12 runs after the 10th over. They've looked going after the half of their innings, really. They've really moved slow. I think Immaculate Nachisui moves on to her go-to bowler, Konsi Awepo. Sorry, Esther Iloku, pardon me, is the captain, has moved on to Konsi. Probably challenge this partnership, get a breakthrough. Jimia Muhammad must look to get no run there, must look to get Jimia must look to get Stephanie on strike. Stephanie can hit the ball better, probably get more runs as quick as possible. Tucked away. Should have tried to get that run out.
Yes, Lennon, I think Ponsi should have backed herself, complete that run out, but given the fact that the backup was non-existent, rather concede one than take four. That brings Stefan Inampina on strike. Knowing Stefan's scoring zone, I think they should have put their best catching fielder down at deep square. Another one dubbed away to the mid-wicket region. Very, very good strike rotation there between Jimia and Stefan Inampina. Keep knocking the singles off. An odd boundary here and there. And the win is theirs. Konsi Aweko bowling her third over. I think the captain called upon her to ensure that she picks up the wicket of Stefan Inampina. Another one dubbed away to the short fine area there. Drop of shoulders from the Bujagali Rafters. Perhaps they feel this one is gone. But Lennon, I tell you, that's the brutality of sport and cricket, to be particular. After playing brilliantly in the group stages, being bowled out for a small total, and now CP looking steady in the chase, edging towards the 50-run mark.
Probably the Rafters didn't do as they would have desired with their batting. It would have been a different story if they would have got more 40 runs to their targets. 110, 100 would have been a competitive score for them. But that's the end of the 13th over. The score is 45-47 for the loss of 120 runs required in 7 overs, with 9 wickets at hand for the CP Trekkers.
Yes, Lennon. Or perhaps they thought this is a small opponent. We've beaten them twice in the group stages. We shall do it again. Win the toss, bat first, put on a big total. Came out swinging, couple of catches here and there. CP sticking to the basics, and they did them right. Now being rewarded. Rivawa Mariam continuing from the shell end. Tossed up delivery, that's edged towards the short third man area. That fielder there at backward point doing brilliantly to cut it off.
Really, the CP Trekkers have really batted beautifully after the 10th over. It was a bit of boring and not certain about it before 10 overs. But I think good shot, just slapped away to find that field at that deep point region. Collect that, they only settle for 1.
Very, very good batting there from Stefan Inampina, giving herself room, finding her scoring options there. If that one had been hit a bit harder, perhaps could have raced away to the boundary. But still, another run completed. First misfield there from the fielder at backward point, been waxing lyrical about her fielding, but finally she lets me down, I should say. Rushes onto that one and misses it completely, and they complete 2 runs, 50 runs up for CP Trekkers. Now they require just 17 runs from 6.2 overs.
Partnership growing slowly and steadily to finish up the job and win the first edition of the Lyca Women's T20. Umpire says that's online. Jimia Abdallah says looking to just play it cool and calm. Just a cloud cover over Lugogo. Ooh, that was a beautiful delivery. But Bata looked to have nothing about it. It will be a dot, but of course, runs are 17 to get.
Umpire Sharon Atola calls a wide. Bilivawa Mariam there playing for the opponents. Another tossed up delivery, another wide, 15 now required. A very, very dejected side. Bujagali Rafters must be disappointed after comfortably topping the table, no team close anywhere at falling short in the final. And that's a good delivery, says the umpire. The two umpires in, Simon Chintu and Sharon Athola, very, very experienced umpires there from Uganda cricket. Very, very slow proceedings. Signs are there to tell that this one has surely gone out of hand for the Bujagali Rafters. Bowler Konsi Aweko taking her sweet time to pick up the ball. But cricket is a funny game. 2 or 3 wickets in this over, and the story will be different if they can pick up the wicket of Stephanie Nampina. That perhaps would bring Fiona Kurume or Susan Kakai in. But let's see how it plays out.
Shouts of appeal from the fielders. The umpire says not out, probably because of height, as he indicates to the bowler. Stefani looking to sweep that one away. Because there are two fielders leg side. Gets that one, and that one definitely beats the fielder all the way for 4.
A very, very good shot there from Stephanie Nampina. She knows at this stage, Konsi trying to attack the stumps. Just covers the middle stump, creates room, plays that one finer, beats the fielder down in the deep. A very, very good batting display. Now just 11 runs are required. SCP Trekkers, if you look at their dugout, it's like they were made for the final. They're certain this one is theirs. A very, very good batting there from Stephanie. After hitting a boundary, follows it up with a single. 10 runs required. Another run, and we are into the single figure. Very, very somber mood. As silencing the Bujagali Rafters. They are played by Jamia Muhammad. Gets off room, catch that one. And they took 2 runs. Now, the required runs in 2 single figures. 8 runs to be particular.
Jimmy Muhammad giving herself a little bit of confidence, now playing with a little bit of freedom. Just looking for singles. Very beautiful shot she played in the previous ball, just to place it just between those two fielders. Managed to get 2 runs for her team. But 8 runs to go, according to the proceedings. No run there. And that will be the end of the 15th over. Score is 59 for the loss of 1 wicket. Required 8 runs in 5 overs.
2 boundaries away are the CP Trekkers. But I tell you, Lennon, cricket is a funny game. Uganda cricket fans can attest to that. Yesterday, we were quietly humbled by Tanzania, having had the game by the throat for the biggest part of the game, only to falter around the 13th to 20th overs. So these remaining 5 overs could play out differently. Very, very good fielding there by the fielder at covers, putting her body on the line for the team. That one being bowled a bit short by Immaculate Nachisui. Another delivery back of a length. Jimmy struggling to reach, but the fielder also sluggish, and they're able to complete the run. 7 runs required at this stage in 4.4 overs at a rate of 1.5 per over.
Up a bit of deceit by Immaculate Night Sui. Floated that ball. Jimia wanted to meet it up at full length, but missed out on that. Well bowled from Immaculate Nachisui there, urging his her fielders to just get the ball to her. She bowls out her over. Of course, the CP Trackers are just close to their target. Tries to work it away, but misses out, just getting her thigh pad.
Then on a couple of times, Jimmy has tried to give herself room and play down to fine leg. I think she has failed to execute because she drops her head and loses sight of the ball, perhaps. This occasion cuts that one away. Quad point region to complete a double. 5 runs now required in 4 overs. The Uganda Rafters, very, very dejected side by the look of things.
They did the hard work in the first round of business, but in the playoffs, the CP Trackers have got the better of the Rafters. 5 runs to play in the 4 allotted overs remaining in the second innings. Of course, the skipper Iloku Esther looking dejected in the wicket-keeper position. 1 boundary away from winning the game.
Lennon, the saying goes, he who laughs last laughs best, and the CP Trackers have really attested to that, showing up in the eliminator and now in the final. Forget everything that happened in the group stage. Play each game as it comes. Forget that you've beaten them all in the group stages and play it as a final. Give it the respect it deserves. I think that's where the Bujagali Rafters faltered. And now it's back to bite them. Just 5 runs required in 4 overs. Good pace there. Good wheels from Marisa Ariokot, hitting the deck hard. Stephanie Nampina swinging wide at it, unable to make a connection.
To work that one leg side, but I think it got the pad first and rocked back onto the stumps. Unfortunately, the bells didn't go off and the umpire signaled out for leg before wicket.
Stephanie Nampina has to depart, bowled by Marisa Ariokot, and in comes Fiona Egaru Kulume. Very, very good bowling there by Marisa. I told you 1 wicket could cause trouble, and having seen Fiona play a couple of times in this tournament, I think she won't last long. She's always anxious out there, swinging hard at the ball, dropping her head. Let's see what she has in stock for this chase. 5 runs are required in 3.5 overs. Very, very good show of pace there from Marisa. Tight lines and good wheels. Another wicket. Lennon, I called it, and you'll see what I told you. Fiona Egaru Kurume has been swinging hard and missing a couple of times in the tournament, and she has to depart for Golden Duck. Marisa on a hat-trick there, and chance for her team to win this one, perhaps another wicket. And the batters for CP Trekkers would be done, the big hitters. I told you, you have to respect the game of cricket. Don't just come and swing hard. Give yourself time, maybe watch the ball, nudge it around, get a single, get the set batter on strike. Fiona guilty on it's okay. Trying to finish it in glory.
Disappointing and shameful for the unexperienced batter to get out in such sorts. To put it in this context, you are required to just go and just lead the team to victory. You have 3 overs, over 18 balls for you to plan and get those 5 runs. As Jeff said, she went for glory and missed all. Ariokot just went for the timber. Bowling stump to stump right now, nothing to lose. You miss a hit is the play. In comes Susan Kakai to just finish up the job. Tries to block. And the umpire indicates the signal for out. The Rafters lose another important wicket in their chase. 5 runs to win.
Most importantly, a dot ball, Marisa Ariokot picking up a wicket, and that's the hat-trick in a final. Very, very good call from the captain to bring on the best bowler. Marisa delivered the goods. Lennon, perhaps you can call me the prophet of doom. Spelt doom on the CP Trekkers side. And Narukenge Leila back into the mix, but I don't think she will also survive a delivery left in this over. 2 deliveries. Marisa Ariokot on a hat-trick. This stage, Jimmy Muhammadi watching proceedings from the other end. It's a very, very sad tale there. You're set on course for a victory and you see your team crumble like a pack of cards and you're helpless at the non-striker's end. Once again, the 2 youngsters being called upon to take their team to victory. These 5 runs in 3 overs will be the hardest fought they've ever played for in their careers. Let's see what they have.
Shouts of an appeal, and Marisa gets for the 4th wicket on the trot. The batter just tries to spook that one before it could reach her. Marisa gets 4 wickets in the over, and this is really, really a brilliant spell from very, very good spell from the Bujagari Rafters. 5 runs needed. Unfortunately, they still have more wickets in hand from the CP Trekkers. But if they had the runs, this could be a very, very tight game. Still, it's a game to win for the CP Trekkers, but this has been a very brilliant spell from Marisa, who has 1 ball to play in the over. Could potentially get a 5th wicket, a 5 in one over. That will be very awesome.
Someone could say good riddance after the good work they did in the group stages. They deserve to win. But let's see how this finishes. And with Marisa still having an over, it will put pressure on the batters in to try to score the 5 runs in 1 over, creating chance to pick up wickets. 62 for 5. Another wicket there. 4 LBs in 1 over. Marisa just keeping it simple, bowling it full. And the youngsters unable to answer the questions being asked of them. 5 wickets in 5 balls for Marisa Ariokot. This must be a Ugandan cricket record. And I don't know, that's a quadruple wicket maiden. Very, very good bowling from Marisa Ariokot.
You've never seen this, you should check out Marisa Ariokot because it's going to be the highlight of the week. 5 wickets in 6 balls. 5 wickets in 5 consecutive balls. Still 5 runs required. Immaculate Nachisui will bowl. But Jimia Muhammad on the other end looking from the other side. Her team crumble, as Jeff said, like a pack of cards. Will look to play off this. Cut away, Mbwali trying to fish a run. The fielder confidently delivers back to the bowler. Very tight fielding here.
Mbwali anxious to get on strike. I tell you, just keep it simple, knock the ball around, look for the singles, don't take risks. Jimia hitting hard. Konsi Aweko down there collects, just restraining them to a single. Remember, Mbwali is the last set batter in this squad. Then the team is in a lot of trouble.
The advantage CP Trekkers have. They have wickets at hand. Very challenging batting here almost. Ball pop back to the stumps there for Mbwali.
Very, very tight finish here. I tell you, wherever you are, just find your way to the Lugogo Cricket Oval. What looked like a small chase has turned out to be a mammoth of a task after the 5 wickets picked up by Marisa Ariokot in the last over.
Away beautifully, and they'll only get 1. Was 3 runs to win. But it has been a brilliant over. The score is 64 for the loss of 6 wickets. Of course, definitely Marisa Ariokot will come back from the Ginger Old Road end to torment the batters. 5 wickets in her previous over. Unfortunately
for you, Lennon, Marisa completed her spell. 4 overs for 12 runs, 1 maiden and 5 wickets. Bilivawa Mariam back into the attack. Bilivawa in the previous over was guilty of giving away a couple of wides. If she maintains that rate, the game will be done in this particular over. Wide and a run there. Was a tied. 1 more run to victory after a Navi 18th over, Navi 15th over. CP Trekkers are finally on course for victory. Told you, Lennon, I'm a prophet of doom. Bilivawa bowling a wide just like I called it. Now 1 run away. Jimia Muhammad has been there to see it all. What can she do? to see if a team can pick up a victory. Another wide, and the game is done. CP Trekkers are the champions of the inaugural Lyca Super T20. Jimia Muhammad holding the nerves.
That will be the end of the innings. Bit of uncertainty from the scorer, but I think it's done and dusted. The CP Trekkers have won the first edition of the Lyca Women's T20. Marisa almost proved an upset in the 13th over. But it was all well crafted from the first innings when Bujagali Rafters gave away their wickets for a paltry score of 67. That the chase was on, but the CP Trekkers decided to chase it slow and almost paid for their slow chase.
CP Trekkers winning just 3 matches in the tournament and walking away with the trophy. That's the beauty of sport. Always leave another day to fight. And CP, most importantly, showed up on the most important day, the last day of the Lyca Super T20, winning the eliminator and picking up a win in the final. I was talking to the skipper, Janet Mbabazi, just after the toss. She lost the toss. Riddance once again, having been sent in to bowl first, bowling out the Bujagali Rafters for 66. And Jimia Muhammad holding her nerves to see her team to victory. Quick look at the batting scorecard.
Yeah, the Bujagali Rafters won the toss earlier in the game and decided to bat. After 2 overs, the dismiss of Esther Iloku and Immaculate Nakisui, who scored 8 and 12 respectively. The others put on a paltry show. The best was Consolate Nimungu just scoring 7 and Mukiti Asha scoring 9. The Bujagali Rafters were offered 15 extras of the 67 they scored. Probably the CP Trekkers were quite generous and it could have gone bad. In the chase, the CP Trekkers led by Jimia Abdallah Muhammad scored a good knock of 22 not out of 39 deliveries, complemented by Nalukenge's Leida, I think, which could have saved the team because of her defensive strokes. Scored 19 of 37 deliveries. The CP Trekkers were offered 9 runs. And in the end, the CP Trekkers have won the tournament after beating the Bujagali Rafters by 4 wickets. Still unit again.
Thank you to our viewers. Very, very good show here at the Lugogo Cricket Oval. 7 days of beautiful cricket played by the ladies, the future of Uganda cricket, and the current senior team. From us, thank you. Have a nice day.